Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and explain what it was like to give birth during the global pandemic of the coronavirus in New Jersey in the middle of April during the week where the spike was the biggest in the state, and we were one of the worst hit, if not the worst hit, in the country at the time. So, Declan was born on Good Friday on April 10th, 2020, and he was born in northern New Jersey. And we were able to both go to the hospital. So my husband was able to be there with me as my support person. There was a point where I was told that he wasn't going to be able to go for like 4 or 5 hours, I thought this. And then they updated the system and said, actually, we decided we're going to allow one support person per labor and delivery patient. So those were the scariest 4 hours of my life. I really thought my husband wasn't going to be there for the birth of our son, and that was terrifying. My mother wasn't allowed to be there, which she was going to be my second support person, but that was completely understandable. As long as there was one there, I was content. I was fine. I was just panicked when I thought he wasn't going to be able to be there. As far as when we got there, they had told us to bring up the car seat, all of our clothes, all of our items that we would need the entire stay, both me and my husband, and for the baby, as well as snacks, because they were minimizing what they would bring into the room for sanitization purposes. They told us to bring masks. If not, they would provide one for us. It was before people really had like the cloth masks. A lot of people still had like the paper masks, or, like the typical disposable PPE. And the hospital was like low. A lot of the hospitals in the area were low on PPE, so we brought our own masks because we did have the disposable ones. We only had one mask for the entire stay. We didn't really know at that time yet like how to use masks and that you should dispose of them after a use, so I had the same mask on for like 2.5 days. Now we know, as far as proper mask safety, that each mask, if you have a cloth one, has to be washed as soon as you get in the house, and then worn again after it's been washed and sanitized. And as far as paper masks or disposable ones, they have to be thrown out right away after one single use. We didn't know that, so I had the same one on the whole time, and we saved them in little Ziploc bags to show Declan one day. We like double bagged them and like zipped them up to show him one day like what mommy and daddy went through to have you during a pandemic. As far as giving birth and labor and delivery, I had to have the mask on the entire time while I was laboring and while I was delivering Declan. The nurses also had their masks on, as well as the doctor. He had a face shield too. And laboring with a mask on, it is interesting to say the least. It was tough. I completely understood why I wanted to keep everybody safe, as well as they wanted to keep me safe. I 100% was in agreement with laboring with it on. I was able to put like little alcohol pads inside the mask because I got a little bit dizzy, and that helps me stay from, I guess, not passing out. So it was kind of convenient in that way because I got to like stuff the alcohol pads down the mask, and it held it for me. So my husband kept just like stuffing new ones down every couple minutes. So all these alcohol pads inside my mask in the middle of giving birth. And I was in labor for 38.5 hours, almost 39 hours. I pushed for 56 minutes with the mask on. My face was so hot. My husband was there the entire time. He was holding one of my legs up the whole time. He was the best coach ever, and I don't know how I would have done it without him. I am so sorry that some of you have had to do this without your husbands or your partners or your wives or whoever was with you or was not with you during your entire 9 months of being pregnant and then couldn't go in to see your baby be born. And I'm so sorry about that, because I don't know how I would have handled that. I have stress and anxiety, and there's no way like I could even imagine what you went through. So I feel really bad that happened. Please comment below and let me know if you did give birth or are pregnant during this, what your experiences have been. As far as doctor's offices, only I was allowed in towards the end, and my husband wasn't, so he didn't get to hear the baby's heartbeat again until we were at the hospital when I was giving birth, which was kind of tough for him, but understandable. And my high-risk doctor only did an ultrasound like I think my last one was 34 weeks, and I was supposed to have him all the way up until I gave birth. I ended up giving birth at 38 weeks, so it really wasn't that bad, but everything seemed fine, and they said they were not going to be doing ultrasounds anymore to protect me and the baby and minimize us having to come into the hospital. We also had minimal trips to our doctor's appointments, which were supposed to be weekly at that point. I was going once every 3 weeks, and I was having like weekly telephone visits with the doctor. So that was a little bit crazy too, to be going through right at the end. But Declan is here safe. He is happy. He's such a good little baby, and I am absolutely grateful that he came home safe in the middle of this crazy time to have a baby. So I'm going to be posting, I just want to give like a little intro to it. If you have questions, leave them below and I'll do a Q&A about this. I'm going to be posting my labor vlog later this week, so look out for that. And that's a giant long video about our entire stay at the hospital, and you'll be able to see Declan when he was born and everything. So I'll be posting that soon. Thanks. Bye.